Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
What would happen if you tried more? What would happen if you chose not to throw in the towel just yet? What would happen if you tried a different way? What would happen if you set your intention harder? What would happen if you chose to still hold the vision in the chaos? What if what seems is actually impossible is not? There's a lot of questions I kind of ran through my mind yesterday. What would happen if you just simply said, I'm not willing to give up just yet? You know, regret is this painful story that we tell ourselves about a situation or experience or a conversation or whatever that's happened that somehow we wish didn't. Or we wish that we showed up differently in it, or we wish that we made this decision instead of the one that was made. It's so easy to look back on that. It's so easy also to not see the big picture, right? Because you're still like deep in it. You can't really see out yet. Because all you're seeing is that one isolated piece. You can't see the connection. You can't see the divinity in what happened or what you were going through, or the connection to the next experience, to the next situation, to the next conversation, to the next person, to the awakening that happened within you during this whole thing. You can't see it. And I understand what that's like. Boy, do I ever fucking understand what that is like. Yep. But this epiphany that came to me yesterday was really that, which is, you may have regrets in your life and think, oh, I wish I put more effort into it. I wish I tried harder. I wish I didn't give up right before. I wish I didn't stop. I think people have regrets like that all the time. I have. But I don't think you will ever regret giving it fucking everything you got. Everything you got. I remember hearing Danielle LaPorte. Danielle LaPorte, who's a brilliant author, speaker, leader. Wrote a book years ago called The Desire Map, and lots of books since then. Love her. And I remember hearing her speak about 2 years ago, actually, September of 2017. And she spoke about a lot of things. It was an entrepreneurial, seminar, but of course it's going to go to life. It always does, because that's what's real. And this man, at the end of the session where she spoke and people were able to step up to the mic and ask questions, he asked this question. He goes, how do you love a woman, Danielle? Interesting question, right? And her answer, I will never forget. She goes, with everything you got. And so, yes, that is how men should love us as women, with everything they got. But let's pull that one back and just say, what would happen if we just went about life with that ideology, right? With that way of being, with that principle, that we give it everything we have, everything, so that you could look back on life and say, well, I wish this happened and not that. I wish this person made this decision and not this thing. We all have situations in our life that have happened that we did not expect to happen, that we didn't want to have happen. Welcome to life. And there are so many things that are not in your control. Even though we all really want it to be under our control. We want to be able to have, like, here's my life, it's a chessboard. Let me move the pieces as I see fit. You don't see the checkmate ones coming, where there's no move for you to make, and you just have to accept the reality of what is. So those are the pieces that we think we have control, but we really don't. Those are the pieces that we often focus on, but I'm going to have you consider that those are the ones that we just need to be able to let go. And specifically, when you know that you did everything that you could in a certain situation, that you gave it everything that you had, and you know that the only thing that you can control in any situation is you, how you showed up, the effort that you put in, your ability to be able to still hold that vision. That regardless of what the outcome is, whether it's the one that you wanted or didn't, whether you attached to it or you didn't attach to it, none of that matters. What matters is you knowing that you did all that you could, that you gave it your all, that you did not hold back, that when you felt like giving up 10 times, you got up for number 11, and you just did, and you kept at it, and you believed, and you had hope, and you followed your heart. But you do not have to live with that regret when you know that you gave it everything you got. So you might not like the situation that you've got in, or that you are in, or that you're trying to shift in some way. But the beautiful gift of giving it everything, giving it your all, knowing that, like, there's nothing that you didn't do or couldn't have done, or you didn't hold back, like you gave it all, that you will never regret the way that you showed up in the experience, because you know that you did everything that you could. You know it. So easy to look back into, second guess, or what if I said this? I mean, I can't do anything about that. It's done. It's past. But you can look back and say, man, I did everything I could. Did I maybe make mistakes? Sure. That's life. Do I maybe wish things are different than the way that they are, the way they turned out? Yes. But you will not have to live with the regret of wondering, what if? What if I tried harder? What if I just stayed in a little bit more? What if I just kept going? What if I just chose to tell fear to take a back seat? Because you're the one who's driving the bus right now. What if you chose to be so open to the experience and you got so much from it? There was a lot of pain within it. There was a lot of sadness. There was a lot of hurt, a lot of anger, a lot of, I wish it didn't have to be, maybe still. But you know, sister, you know, without a shadow of doubt, that you did all that you could, and there was no regrets. None. So your more tip for today is to listen to this episode 3 more times. And is a second part to this. I want you to share this up with somebody who is putting in so much effort into whatever that is in their life right now. Maybe it could be inside of something they're trying to create and produce in business, something parenting, something in relationships, something with their health, but they're just, they've just tried so hard and they've done so many things and they've stayed so strong. And they're kind of towards the end where either things are going to turn or it's like it's not. But yeah, they feel like throwing in the towel now. And maybe that's their choice, and maybe that is their path. But something's telling you that they need to hear this message today of what I'm speaking to in this podcast episode. That maybe they got a little bit more gas in the tank. for them to continue. So I want you to think of one person, one woman in your life right now who fits that, and send her this episode with just a simple of, you know what, hey, I heard this episode today, it was great, or it really moved me, or I really heard something. I was just maybe thinking that maybe it might be something that you hear for you too. And that's it, just the invitation to listen. All right, sister, finishing up, I have one really, really big thing to speak to you about, which I've been speaking to you about in the last couple of months. We're getting up towards the end of summer, so the Summer 101 Women Who Want to More coaching program is coming to an end soon, and there is still one remaining spot, which is for a woman that could be you. It's not for every woman, but it may be you, where you maybe are at the point where I've talked about in this podcast episode right now, right? Where you're just like, man, I don't know what else to do. I've been trying to create this thing in my life, and I've tried all these different things, and I'm not getting anywhere. And maybe at this point you're just realizing you need to have some help. You need to have a different perspective. You need to have someone who's going to be there for you, next to you, guiding you, helping you move through this. You need someone to really help you with the tools that are going to allow you to go through that experience based on what you want your goals to be, based on what your intention is with this work, with this coaching. So this is 3 months where you have me literally in your back pocket, where you have unlimited access to me in between our regular weekly calls. So I started doing this back in June because I was just had the question again. The best things usually come out of questions and things that you're wondering. I'm like, what would happen if a woman had access to me? Because in past coaching that I've done, which has been great, and the women that have put the work in have gotten incredible results, but what I've often noticed is there's a lot that happens in between weekly or twice a week calls. There's a lot of life that can happen, right? That can kind of throw us off center. So I was like, what would happen if I gave women the access so that in between the calls, as life situations came up, because these are women ideally in this program that are just at a crisis or a crossroads, and again, have tried so many things, and like, I'm still in the game, I just don't know what else to do right now. Like, I need help. Right? I need help. I need to have someone that can really help me through this, because I'm trying and I'm clearly not getting the result that I want right now. And so these are women that, have things that come up in between the calls. And what's been so amazing is that I've been able to connect with them and just either a simple little tweak or message back. Maybe we get on the phone and we really just go deeper on it. But the momentum and the results and the healing and the progress that happens with this one-on-one, this very intensive coaching program, that momentum, we're able to continue. We don't have to kind of catch up from the last week and kind of like get back up to speed and then move forward. We can just keep moving forward in that progress and working towards those goals. And quickly, as things maybe start to feel like you're moving backwards, get you moving forward again in the right direction based on what you set as your goals and your intentions for the 90-day coaching program. So if this is you, if this feels like this is speaking to you, if there's something in your heart that's saying it is time, then here's what you need to apply for this final spot. Email me, drkarenosburn@gmail.com. So drkarenosburn@gmail.com, and simply say, Karen, I'd like to apply for that last spot. I will then send you further instructions and we will start the process. So email me, drkarenosburn@gmail.com. So I will talk to the next episode, sister. A life of more really is one step away from realizing that maybe you're just not done yet. And there's more effort that you can do. There's more. There's always more. Every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosburn.com/newsletter.